As the festive season approaches, millions across the UK who receive government support through benefits like Universal Credit, PIP, and the state pension will notice changes to their usual payment schedules. With Christmas Day and New Year's Day both falling on bank holidays, it's important for benefit claimants to know exactly when to expect their money. This year, Christmas brings more than just decorations, family gatherings, and festive cheer. It also brings a few changes that could affect when money hits the bank. Whether you're relying on benefits to help manage day-to-day costs or looking forward to that little extra bonus from the Department for Work and Pensions, here's everything you need to know. The Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, is adjusting payment dates for several key benefits due to the festive bank holidays. Normally, if your benefit payment is scheduled to fall on a bank holiday, it's paid early, usually on the last working day before the holiday. This year, Christmas Day falls on a Wednesday, followed immediately by Boxing Day on Thursday, and an additional bank holiday on Friday, the 27th of December. This lineup of non-working days means payments due on those dates will typically arrive earlier. Specifically, payments scheduled for the 25th, 26th, or 27th of December are expected to be paid on Christmas Eve, Tuesday 24th December. It's worth noting that while most DWP benefits will be paid early, some universal credit payments that are due on the 27th might still be processed as normal, depending on individual circumstances. However, in the vast majority of cases, recipients can expect their money a few days earlier than usual, providing some relief and flexibility ahead of the expensive Christmas period. Then comes New Year's Day, another bank holiday, which falls on Wednesday 1st January 2026. For those due to be paid on this date, the payment will instead arrive on Tuesday 31st December, just in time to ring in the new year. From Thursday 2nd January onwards, most payment schedules will return to normal. However, there is an exception for claimants in Scotland, where the 2nd of January is also a bank holiday. If you live in Scotland and are due a payment on that day, it may be brought forward to the 31st of December as well. These changes apply to a wide range of benefits including Universal Credit, the state pension, personal independence payment, PIP, employment and support allowance, ESA, child benefit, and carers allowance. The DWP's aim is to ensure that no one is left without support during the holiday season. Early payments may sound like a great bonus, but it's important to manage them wisely. The next payment might not arrive for several weeks, depending on your usual schedule. Now, let's talk about the Christmas bonus. Every December, the government provides a one-off, tax-free payment to certain benefit claimants. Known simply as the Christmas bonus, this payment is usually £10, a small but appreciated gesture that has become a tradition for many long-time claimants. While £10 might not go far in today's economy, it can still help with a few extra festive costs, perhaps a small gift, some treats, or simply topping up the heating meter. The bonus is paid automatically and separately from your usual benefit payment, so there's no need to apply. If you're eligible, it will just show up in your account around the first full week of December. It might be listed under a reference like DWP-XB on your bank statement. But who qualifies for this bonus? It's not for everyone. To receive the Christmas bonus, you must be present or ordinarily resident in the UK, Channel Islands, Isle of Man, or Gibraltar during the qualifying week, typically the first full week of December. You must also receive at least one of the qualifying benefits during this time. These include adult disability payment, armed forces independence payment, attendance allowance, carers allowance, carer support payment, child disability payment, constant attendance allowance, and several others such as the state pension, personal independence payment, PIP, and the contribution-based ESA. However, it's important to note that Universal Credit alone does not qualify for the Christmas bonus. If you only receive Universal Credit and no other qualifying benefit, you unfortunately won't receive this £10 payment. That said, many people on Universal Credit may also receive other benefits, like PIP or carers allowance, which would make them eligible. The Christmas bonus is not means-tested, and it won't affect any other benefits you're receiving. It's completely separate and is intended purely as a seasonal gesture of support. The amount has remained fixed at £10 for many years, despite the rising cost of living, which has led to calls for it to be increased in future years. So, what happens if your payment doesn't arrive as expected? First, don't panic. Payments from the DWP are processed through the BACS banking system, which usually deposits money between midnight and 6 am on the scheduled date. However, some people receive theirs a little earlier or later, and that can vary even if you and a friend are both receiving the same benefit. If your payment is due and hasn't arrived by the morning, the first step is to check your bank account again throughout the day. Sometimes, banks receive the payment, but it takes time to clear and appear in your account. It's also worth checking any pending transactions or speaking to your bank to confirm whether the payment is incoming. They may be able to provide an estimated arrival time. If your bank cannot see any sign of the payment and the funds haven't arrived by the end of the day, then it's time to contact the DWP or the relevant department that issues your benefit. Be sure to have your national insurance number and personal details ready to help speed up the process. It's always better to call earlier in the day, as phone lines can get busy, especially around Christmas. Also, remember that delays can happen due to banking schedules or technical issues, especially during a time of year when many systems are under pressure. While it's rare for payments to be missed entirely, acting promptly ensures any issues can be resolved before the holidays begin. For those who rely heavily on benefits, the Christmas period can be a financially stressful time. Between higher utility bills, Christmas shopping, and holiday meals, every little bit of help counts. That's why understanding your payment dates and planning accordingly can make all the difference. Receiving your payments earlier might be helpful for Christmas spending, but make sure to budget carefully. The next payment could be several weeks away, depending on your regular schedule. Beyond just payments, the holiday season is also a good opportunity to check your benefit entitlements. If your circumstances have changed, it's worth reviewing your claim to make sure you're receiving everything you're eligible for. The DWP website and Citizens Advice offer useful tools and resources to help with this. In summary, benefit recipients across the UK should keep a close eye on their payment dates this festive season. Payments due on the 25th, 26th, or 27th of December will likely arrive on the 24th. Payments due on New Year's Day will arrive on the 31st of December. The £10 Christmas bonus will be paid automatically to those who are eligible, and most payments will return to their usual dates by the start of January. If your payment is delayed, check your bank account, speak to your bank, and contact the relevant benefit office if needed. As always, planning ahead is the best way to ensure a smooth and stress-free Christmas period. With the right information and a bit of preparation, you can focus more on the things that matter most: spending time with loved ones, enjoying the season, and entering the new year with confidence and peace of mind.